A gunshot shatters the night. A life hangs in the balance. And a community is left searching for answers.
On May 3, 2025, the streets of Southeast Washington, D.C. fell silent. But this wasn't the peaceful quiet of a neighborhood at rest.
This was the heavy stillness that follows tragedy.
Alex Alexander, just 31 years old, lay motionless on Newcomb Street.
Multiple gunshot wounds.
No signs of life. By the time help arrived, it was already too late.
Tonight, we dive into the mystery surrounding Alex's death.
We'll explore the ongoing investigation, the impact on a shaken community, and the desperate search for justice.
Who killed Alex Alexander, and why? The answers remain frustratingly out of reach. Alex wasn't just another statistic. He was a son, a friend, a man with dreams of a brighter future. Living in nearby Gaithersburg, he commuted into the city, working hard to build a better life. Those who knew him describe a friendly face, always ready with a kind word or helping hand.
But on that fateful night, Alex's story was cut brutally short. His potential, his hopes, his very life all stolen in a hail of gunfire.
The 500 block of Newcomb Street, once a symbol of neighborhood calm, now forever changed. At 12:23 a.m., the emergency calls flooded in. Shots fired.
A man down.
7th District officers raced to the scene, sirens piercing the night.
But they arrived to find only eerie silence.
No panicked crowds, no witnesses rushing forward, just Alex, alone on the pavement.
Multiple gunshot wounds clearly visible. DC Fire and Emergency Medical Services confirmed the grim reality: no signs of life. Alex Alexander was pronounced dead at the scene.
In the days that followed, the Metropolitan Police Department launched a full homicide investigation.
Officers combed the area, searching for shell casings, stray bullets, anything that might provide a clue.
They knocked on doors, hoping neighbors might have seen or heard something.
Security camera footage was carefully reviewed, each frame scrutinized for a glimpse of the killer. But despite their efforts, answers remained elusive.
The community, gripped by fear and uncertainty, seemed reluctant to come forward. The code of silence that often follows violence in troubled neighborhoods had taken hold.
To break through that wall of silence, police offered a substantial reward, $25,000 for information leading to an arrest and conviction.
They hoped that the promise of cash might loosen tongues, might convince someone to step forward with that crucial piece of information.
Yet still, the case remains frustratingly open. In neighborhoods like this, violence does more than take lives. It breeds a culture of fear and mistrust.
Many residents, wary of potential retaliation or caught in a cycle of distrust with law enforcement, choose to stay quiet.
For Alex's family, this silence is a crushing weight.
Each day that passes without answers is another day of grief, of wondering, of imagining worst-case scenarios. They cling to the hope that someone, anyone, will find the courage to speak up and bring them a measure of peace. The questions pile up, each one more haunting than the last. Who wanted Alex dead?
What possible motive could there have been for such a senseless act of violence? Was this a case of being in the wrong place at the wrong time? A robbery gone horribly wrong? Or was there something more personal at play? A grudge, a debt, a score to settle? The investigation inches forward, piecing together fragments of evidence, following up on the slimmest of leads.
But the big breakthrough, the moment that cracks the case wide open, remains frustratingly out of reach. And so, the community waits.
They wait for justice. They wait for answers. They wait for some small sense of closure in the face of such a devastating loss.
The case of Alex Alexander serves as a stark reminder of the challenges facing law enforcement in areas plagued by violence and distrust.
It highlights the vital importance of community cooperation in solving crimes and bringing killers to justice.
Every day that passes makes the trail a little colder. Memories fade. Evidence disappears. The chance of finding Alex's killer grows slimmer. But hope remains.
Because sometimes all it takes is one person willing to speak up.
One small detail that connects the dots. One moment of courage that can break a case wide open. That's why we're sharing Alex's story tonight.
Because someone out there knows something. Someone has that missing piece of the puzzle. If you have any information about the murder of Alex Alexander, no matter how small or insignificant it might seem, please come forward.
You can contact the Metropolitan Police Department's tip line by texting 50,000 for 111 or calling 2027 to 79099.
Your call can be anonymous. You don't have to give your name, but your information could make all the difference.
It could bring peace to a grieving family. It could bring a killer to justice. It could help make the streets of Washington, D.C. just a little bit safer. Remember, A $25,000 reward is still on offer for information leading to an arrest and conviction in this case.
But beyond the money, there's a chance to do what's right,
To stand up for justice, to say that violence will not be tolerated in our communities.
as we close tonight. Let's take a moment to remember Alex Alexander.
Not as a victim, but as a person. A young man with dreams, with potential, with a whole life ahead of him. Let's remember the family left behind, still searching for answers, still hoping for justice.
And let's remember that each of us has the power to make a difference.
One phone call, one text message, one moment of courage.
That's all it takes to potentially break this case wide open.
The streets of Southeast Washington, D.C.
Fell silent on that May night.
But now, it's time for voices to be heard.
It's time for the truth to come out. Who killed Alex Alexander? The answer is out there.
And with your help, we can find it. Don't let this case go cold. Don't let Alex's death be in vain. If you know something, say something.
Because justice delayed is justice denied.
And Alex Alexander deserves justice. This has been a special report on the unsolved murder of Alex Alexander.
We'll continue to follow this case and bring you updates as they develop. If you found this story compelling, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue to shine a light on cases like Alex S. and bring attention to the victims and families still searching for answers.
Remember, in the fight against crime, information is power. And sometimes, the smallest detail can make the biggest difference.
Stay safe out there.
And never stop seeking the truth.